Hi, we're sitting here with Rachel, and Rachel had a little bit of an accident at home with the two little ones, right? Her youngest and his brother were wrestling, and Kale jumped from one couch to another couch, and what happened?
He face planted the platform of the couch, which is solid wood.
Solid wood.
Right.
Right there. Came up crying when I first saw him a week after, black and blue. What were some of the symptoms that he was having during that time period after? What was he having trouble doing?
Well, he had a headache, and like massive headache. It was very, very painful all through here, but his head also hurt up here. He's been wearing glasses since he was 2 years old, and he could not wear his glasses because it was so swollen and tender.
Just the pressure of the glasses hurt.
Yes.
So how he was going to school without his glasses? I'm assuming his eyesight, if he's been wearing glasses since he was 2, is not that great. So how, just trying to get through the day of seeing then?
Yeah, he's got astigmatisms in both eyes, so he can't see up close or far away. So
Kale is now how old?
6.
He's 6. You decided to bring him in here and go through the CFR, and one of the reasons why you decided to bring him in here was?
Well, we've been seeking chiropractic care since, before Kale was born. So Kale has always been an adjusted child. So I'm familiar with the concept of there are alternative ways to traditional solutions when it comes to medical type things. After the accident, I had reached out to his doctor. I had her take a look at him and whatnot, but because of his age and how swollen he was.
What were some of the things they were wanting to do?
Well, time. They wanted the swelling to go down, but the options were an x-ray to see where it was broken and whatnot. But x-rays on the face are they're like, I think the stat she gave me was like 60% inaccurate. They're super hard. They're waste, basically.
Yeah.
And the best way to actually get a good picture is with a CT scan.
CT scan.
But with his age, she was like, that's like 4 years of radiation on his little body. And she had issues with that. I had issues with that as a mom. So
so we decided, let's talk with me. Let's see what this process is, and possibly, because we weren't sold right away.
I actually didn't even know this was a process.
Okay.
I just knew that as a mom, I did not want him to have long-term issues breathing or his nose healing funny. And I know that sounds super vain, but that's really, I knew that something wasn't quite right, and that it probably wasn't going to heal correctly. And I know that chiropractic has all kinds of cool tools up their sleeve. You guys have tools up your sleeves that you don't exactly broadcast. So anyway,
we talked about the CFR. We talked about doing this. We actually did the first procedure. Kale was a trooper, because this is an intense procedure to be an adult and have it done. To be a 6-year-old, he did amazing. So after the first procedure, what were some of the things that we noticed change?
Within just a couple of hours, during your assessment, we could hear that the one side was super obstructed. And within a couple of hours, that was not as loud. So you could tell that it was starting to open up. He had headaches, but they weren't, like, before the CFR, he was consistently and complaining and verbalizing his aches and pains. After the first one, I didn't hear anything from him.
Okay.
So I had to like, hey, are you still
pull some
having a headache?
information from him. Ask questions.
Yeah, and he did still have a little bit of a headache, but like I said, the difference was he wasn't noticing it unless he stopped long enough to pay attention.
After the second CFR, what changes?
His headaches are completely gone. He is breathing just fine, and he's finally wearing his glasses.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. You can see the world again, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you came in, you told me that today, and it brought a tear to my eye because
Yeah.
it's intense to have done, and my purpose is to help as many people as I can achieve optimum health, and to have a little person like this, knowing that they were hurting, and have a little person come in and be able to have the mother come in and say this, it touched my heart. So if there was a little one that had a broken nose or had an accident like this, and the mother was thinking, what the heck should I do? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to at least have you perform your assessment and determine if they're a good candidate for CFR. It is hard as a mom to watch your kid go through the intensity, but at the same time, it makes me super proud with how brave he was.
He did awesome.
Both times. Yeah. But I flew completely blind and totally operated out of 100% of faith in you and trust in you. I don't
appreciate that.
It is still crazy to me. Like, people will ask, wow, how's Kale's nose doing? And I'm like, well, he's great. He's great. Oh, did he have, did you take him to an ENT? Did you guys do all the specialist things and this, that, and the other? I'm like, nope, I took him to my chiropractor, and he has a facial technique that he basically put a balloon in his nose, and he's healed.
That's a conversation piece right there, isn't it?
It is. It is. But I would definitely say seek out all of your options as a parent of young kids. Kids' bones are not solid in their face yet, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. In this instance, yeah.
In this instance, yeah, that was a good thing. But I didn't put him through CT scans and being put out under and all that good stuff, and it's intense. It's intense, but it's good.
If you have any questions about CFR or Rachel's story with her little one, you can call the office at 636-239-5252. Thank you.
Thank you.